Alright, what's up guys? So, I'm here with my good buddy Dustin Holbrook, aka DHolbrookfishing on social media. I will link all his stuff down in the description. But today we're going to be talking about fishing rods. Now, I know that is a broad subject across the whole spectrum of fishing, no matter what you're fishing. If you're pan fishing, ice fishing, pay lake fishing, bass fishing, musky fishing, whatever type of fishing you're doing, there's always a big subject on rods. And today we're not going to get real into detail. It's not going to be a real long video. We're just going to talk about if you had, say you come to us, as in our opinion of course, but you come to us, say, hey, I'm on a budget, I need one rod that can do me just about everything. Now it's not going to do it, you're not going to be flipping, throwing a Ned rig with it necessarily.
Just the most versatile.
Yeah, most versatile rod you can get. And I'm going to start first of all with the OG, the freaking rod that got me started into bait casters. Because, real quick backstory, you can ask Tyler this too. I used to hate bait casters. I thought they were the dumbest thing ever. I thought they were
couldn't get no distance.
That they're overpriced. Too fancy. You didn't need them. You could do everything with a spinning reel because I grew up with a spinning reel. And then I started throwing my buddy Tyler's. I figured it out. I literally tied like 2 1-ounce sinkers on his rod. It went out in my front yard and backlashed the hell out of his rod. He was so mad, but that's where I learned. And I actually went to Walmart shortly after that, and I picked up this. I think this is actually the Black Max 2. It's a 6.6 medium, 6:4 ratio, 5 bearing. This rod has been through hell.
Beaten and abused.
Yeah. I had to wrap the handle with wing grips, electrical tape, because it's just the handle's broke. And I actually, fishing off his boat, caught a 3-pounder last year at Lake Vesuvius and stripped the worm gear out of it, and that was the end. I actually caught it on this chatterbait with this, I believe it's a Kitech, 4-inch trailer on this vibrating jig, chatterbait, whatever you want to call it. And that was actually did it in. I didn't realize that broke it till we went to Jackson Lake later. I think it was next week or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you look right there, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's backlashed. I had braid on it. It's just
reeled it up.
Yeah, I just reeled it up, and it's going on the wall. It's retired.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go first. This is probably I think this is the second bait caster I bought. It is an Abu Garcia Pro Max. I think I gave $100 for it, and this is actually going to be the rod that I recommend. Like I say, you're not going to be throwing a Ned rig or nothing like this, but you can throw some square bills on it, some spinner baits, chatter baits. You can flip a light jig with it. Top waters, frogs, buzz baits. Actually, my biggest daggone alarm. My biggest fish I ever caught was on this Black Max, and it was I didn't get an official weight. It was a 5 to 6 pounder on a buzz bait that actually backlashed, and it's a story for another time. I'll do a story time for that.
Yeah.
But and this rod, this is a good pond hopping rod.
Short.
Yeah.
You want short when you're pond hopping. That's one thing to always remember. If you're a pond fisherman, you gotta have short, because them trees will wear you out.
That's what's good about that 6.6. This is a 7 foot, medium heavy. 3/8 to 3/4 ounce lure, and that's kind of really recommended.
Yeah.
You can go a little below that, not much below that, because your reel is going to be real finicky. If you go below that, it'll be real hard to cast.
Anything down around a quarter is rough on it.
Yeah, but you can go up to
backlash city.
You could probably go up to an ounce. Now it's going to be hard on it, but you can get by with it.
Yeah.
Medium heavy, fast tip. It's not going to be necessarily the best for throwing like a deep diving crankbait or something like that, but with that fast tip.
As far as you're grabbing a reel to put something on, that's the one you'd want to grab.
Absolutely. And for a reel, this is a 8 bearing 7-1 to 1. I think 7 to 1 to 1 or even a 7-5 to 1. Like we personally both throw a lot of loos, and that's like kind of their, I would say, their middle ground.
That's about their average.
Yeah.
Average. Yeah.
Bread and butter kind of ratio.
There you go.
You can slow it down if you're wanting to fish slow, but also say you are pitching that light jig up under a dock. Fish comes up, misses it, you want to hurry it, get back in, and you can burn it. Not necessarily as quick as you could with an 8-3 to 1, you can burn it back to the boat.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Get it back to you quick and get right back in there.
Definitely.
I like a 7-1-1 and up. Like I said, that's a 6-4-1. That's where I got started. Caught a lot of great fish on it. It's just, that's my personal preference. But that being said, I'm going to pass the torch over to Mr. DHolbrookfishing and see what he says about this subject.
Alright, so, well, I'll start mine off the same way. I'm going to start with the OG. The OG is nothing pretty. I use it for my big glide baits, big A-rigs now. It is a Berkeley lightning rod, all cork handle. I think it's a 6.6. I don't know. It's all tore up and beat off and stepped on. But it is a... It don't say.
Can't even tell.
7 foot, yeah, 7 foot even. I thought it was 6.6. But it's definitely a very, very, very heavy action rod. Not the most versatile rod, you know, for as far as the subject goes. It's not the rod that we're talking about, but it's the original. It's the one that it made it through all my pond hopping years, all the way into my boats, and it's still with me now. And I will not throw it away until the day it snaps in half. Been a good rod.
It'll be on the wall like mine's going.
It will be. But now, if you ask me what rod I would buy to hit all my majors, it'd be this one right here. This is a Lew's Mach 2, and that's because this was the rod that I bought for versatility. I started off with that right there, and really didn't do too good as far as trying to learn how to fish. But I got this. My mom and dad, they bought me this for Christmas. It is a medium heavy 7 foot, and it has a it has a fast taper. So basically, it's the same rod as what Matt was saying. It is, I mean, for cranking, I grab it for cranking. I grab it for spinner baits, chatter baits, light jigs. I mean, like I threw top water with it. It just all varies on what your main type of fishing is, to be honest with you. But this has been one heck of a rod. I don't know how many fish it's got in the boat. It's, you know, missing the guides because they've been stepped on and bent back a billion times. And as far as durability goes, I go through, I think I went through probably about 15 rods this year, whole setup. And this one right here made it through every bit of it. And I'm bad about stepping on eyes, I'll admit it. Real bad about it. And these right here, I've always been able to bend back real slightly, and you know they've just, you know, been able to do the job still. But some other rods I've had issues with, they snap straight off. And then you got sharp spots, it cuts your line. And this right here, if you're looking for a good versatile rod for your first rod, check out just a medium heavy 7 foot. You want like a little bit lighter action rod, so whenever you get in there throwing them lighter action baits, you know, not flipping jigs or casting big heavy jigs or flipping a spoon, that's what you want.
Right, yeah. And what's the ratio on that? Real?
Oh, that is a 7-5 to 1. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's the Lew's. I mean, that's kind of like the Lew's. Like Garcia, you know, I've noticed Garcia is like a 7-1-1. Lew's is kind of like a 7-5-1. Yeah. That's about pretty much their
And I'm a very, very, very fast reel fisherman. I'm not a fast fisherman. I'm actually a jig fisherman. I used to be a big power fisherman, but I still really, really love it. 8-3 to 1, a 7-5 to 1, 7-1-1 being the slowest, because of what Matt said as far as missing a fish and getting that jig back in there. I mean, if it ain't in the water right beside him, it ain't, you know, doing you no good, and he ain't gonna eat it. So I like a real fast reel. I also like, I'm a big smallmouth fisherman, so whenever you set the hook on a big tank, your only thing you got to do is get that fish in the boat, and sometimes that's the hardest thing you'll ever do, especially with a slow 6-3 to 1 reel. That's why I'm a big stickler on a fast reel, even if you're fishing a slow bait.
All right, real quick, what's your recommendation on line? All around?
If you was going to start off, I would go with a 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon, because you're going to mainly be fishing your jigs. Starting off fishing, you're going to try jigs, you're going to try chatterbaits, you're going to try spinner baits, square bills, lipless, Senkos, and I've honestly caught more fish with Senkos in ponds with this rod than probably any other bait, because I mean, Seiko's I mean, it's a staple bait.
A Senko's a Senko.
It's a staple. It's a staple bait. You have to have it.
Any fisherman knows what a Senko is, and if you don't, then you need to find out because you're missing out.
You're getting ready to find out something.
But for me, I'm honestly a little different. I'm gonna say mono. I'm gonna say like a 10 to 12 pound mono,
Which is what I start off with.
That's what I start with. It's very forgiving.
Very.
It'll stretch a little bit. It's not real sensitive to abrasion like your other lines will be.
Floral cut faster,
yeah,
for sure, and brush.
And that's something you got to think about if you're pond hopping. Now you do, fluorocarbon obviously is without a doubt a superior line to mono in what you say,
in many ways.
99% of situations.
I would say that's me talking. I would say that.
But I would go with even a 10 to 12 pound monofilament. The brand really don't matter. I wouldn't go the cheapest brand.
Bass Pro makes good monofilament.
Strin.
Yeah, Strin.
Trilene.
Yeah.
I mean, all these are good brands.
But if you want to step up and really spend a little bit of money, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
A Cigar Red Label is the best fluorocarbon, in my opinion, for your all-around, from your cranking all the way to your jig flipping. It's very abrasive resistant. It's not really, don't have the abrasive stuff or coating on the outside as some do, but I would really I'd really recommend that because you'll skip a lot of learning curves, like as far as the monofilament. Whenever it backlashes, you backlash.
Oh yeah, there's no
backlash.
You're going to learn how to pick a backlash with monofilament. There's no doubt about that.
And also, with you paying more for the fluorocarbon, you're going to learn to really pay attention as well.
Yeah.
I actually recommend fluorocarbon over monofilament because of that stretch.
Yeah.
If they get out there and learn what a jig bite feels like,
right,
with the proper setup, then you'll be able to skip a lot of heartaches and pains that I had to go through learning myself.
And see, I come from a different background. He flipped a lot more jigs, a lot more Senko and stuff. I was more of the moving bait. I still am. I love moving bait. Yeah. I love my square bills. I love my chowder bait, stuff like that. And for me, fishing with a fast taper rod, that little bit of stretch in mono is forgiving for me.
You make it up whenever you make that hook set.
So it's all in personal preference. We could talk about this for 4 hours, 4 days, and
just by the scenario, yeah.
Right, we go back and forth all day, and any fisherman is going to have a different opinion.
Yeah, somebody's going to want to say something about it.
Yeah, based on experience, But for me, and I'm not a big time fisher, I'm no pro or nothing like that. But from a lot of experience, I've done a lot of pond hopping. 99% of my fishing is pond hopping, and this rod actually right here is what I take. You see, I've actually got a red square bill tied on now, back on my finger.
Propeller hooks.
Yeah, red square bill tied on it, and I believe this is actually like a 12-pound fluorocarbon, I believe. But there's mud all over this rod. I mean, this rod's, the handle's all chewed up and everything. So, and really, all you got to do is you just got to get something and you got to start.
That's it.
And honestly, I wish I would have come across more videos like this. And this is why I want to make this video when I was buying rods.
Because you don't know. You don't know until you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's a pro first day, that's for sure. So, that's for sure.
But that's my recommendation. I want to appreciate everybody watching. If you made it this far, go check out my man Dustin. I'll leave all his social media and his YouTube channel that we just started tonight, actually.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it all down in the description. Go give him a follow on social media and be sure to subscribe. Leave a like on this video if you found it helpful, and comment down below your opinion. Good, bad, negative, hateful, whatever.
Love discussion.
Yeah.
Love discussion.
Yeah, we're open to discussion. I'll do my best to comment back to you. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
That's good, man.